Hey guys, it's another peaceful morning here in Tabrau, Johor Bahru, and so peaceful. This is not the real peace actually. We are in a lockdown, and yesterday was the highest in new positive cases in Johor, which exceeds 1,000 cases, and overall in Malaysia 17,000 cases. Pretty much I'm enjoying this very peaceful and very calm morning of Johor without any much traffic, but I have no choice but to go out. For what? So I'm off to Perodua service station to send my son's car for its routine service. The reason that I'm sending it is because he's been working so hard with 2 jobs. Imagine a youngster with 2 jobs, but if he chooses to do that, I'm very happy because I like people who is hardworking, especially during this pandemic. Yeah. So I've been not doing very much of anything, so I figured out might as well I'm the one who's sending it. Yeah, so let's have a drive in Perodua Axia. So here is my son's Perodua Axia. So dirty because of the lockdown. Woo! There's no car wash that is open nowadays, so look at that, so dirty. But anyway, it has to be sent for our service. So how do we this is the thing. Oh, okay, the inside is still clean. So here we are driving around in my son's car, the Perodua Axia, and being that his handphone holder has a very springy arm, so that is why you are looking at me like a hopping rabbit or something like so. Kind of fun though. Okay, now if you can see right on top here, right, it looks as if this car has a sunroof, but it's not actually. It looks like so, right? But now actually it's the front windshield that because of the point where he installed his handphone holder is right in front of the dashboard, so my lens seems to cover even the front windshield, so it looks as if I'm driving in a sunroof car. Okay, talking about the how about the aircon condition? Alright, after 8 months of usage, this Perodua Axia, the aircon, it is as though it is new. It's very cold, the air quality is very crisp, it's very fresh, and it makes you feel good when you drive around. That's good. And talking about the engine sound, let's hear. Listen. It's even quieter than my Perodua Axia, which is now already 8 years old. So of course you cannot compare an 8 years old car with an 8-month-old car, right? I hope that this quiet sound of the engine would be remain even after years of usage, and exhaust, the suspension, it is still good. So let's drive. I have placed you temporarily on my GoPro Hero 5 Black on the dashboard of my son's car. He doesn't have a camera holder, so I just put it on the sticky non-slippery mats on the dashboard so that you can enjoy our drive on this short trip on merge into Jalan Kempas, and then we are going to go into Taman Impian Emas, where the Perodua Service Center is located. Wow, I think it's been almost a year that we haven't used this plus highway because of the lockdown, and cross district travel is not allowed at all. Of Taman Setia Tropika. It has the McDonald's, we just passed that, and here is the new Tesco. Strangely, this is still called the Tesco, while the one in Tebrau has been bought over and it is called, oh man, I forgot what it is called now. Tebrau, Tesco. Oh. So now this is the merge of the plus highway to Kempas in a road. Oops, dropped you. This is where it's going to be a little bit bumpy. See a lot of cars here, and on the left here, if you're lucky, we're gonna see some monkeys, wild monkeys. Well, not today, I guess, because the weather is too hot nowadays, that they prefer to just stay in the shades, in the comfort of their own trees. So we have reached the place. There you are, behind there, if you can see. That is the Perodua Service Center Taman Impian Emas, and we are early. As you can see, it's only 8:46 AM. Oops, probably, as you can see, it is 8:48 AM and we are early. They are open only at 9 AM, so we don't want to waste much time. So let's see what I have brought from home. Homemade coffee. Let's have some coffee. Yeah. There's nothing better than a wife's coffee, huh? Coffee that is homemade by your wife, or if you are still single, by your mom, right? Oh yeah, you might see some scar here. Let me talk about that in a little bit. Actually, I have a celiac issue, which is I'm intolerant to gluten. But since about 4 months ago, what I did was I started running, like 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, and now 4 kilometers every other day, and it seems to be working because it's been reduced like almost 80%. So now I'm starting to take gluten. I can take bread, I can take roti canai, my favorite. Roti naan not yet, because I don't prefer to go to the mamaks now, since the positive cases in Johor is rising, and even in Malaysia. So I just prefer to eat at home. I just buy bread, take it home and just eat it, and it seems to be working. So I guess one of the remedy for gluten or celiac issue is to work out, sweat it out, and have more exposure to the sunlight. Okay, we're done. Now the first thing that you should do whenever you have settled or completed the service on your car is to drive around on the roads nearby to the service center. Okay, because if something goes loose or you have to go back to the service center to have it fixed, you are still in the vicinity. Make sure that when you drive, you don't feel any something loose or something tinkling or like a bump or twitching. No, clicking. Yeah, clicking is the word. So that you can assure that they have did a good service. So far so good. I didn't feel any of those negative things. Okay, now let's share with you all how much does it cost for this time of a service. Okay, now so they use a fully synthetic lubricant oil, which costs 127.20 cents. This fully synthetic could last for 6 months or 10,000 kilometers. So it's good to get this one, because since my son is using the car and they'll be using this lubricant oil, the engine runs smoothly without any excessive noise. Yeah, and also because they changed the lubricant oil, they have to change the gasket, which costs only 3 ringgit and 80 cents. Oil filter at 10.40. Battery terminal, to protect the terminals of the batteries, is 57 ringgits, because they say that if we protect the battery, you know, it could be charged fully and efficiently, and the battery could last longer. And also for the magnet trap is 3 ringgit 40 cents. They put it on the oil filter lines. And also, no, I think this is the petrol line, I think. Yeah, the petrol fuel line, so that it can trap any metal things that can damage our engine. And windshield washer, oh, the liquid windshield washer, oh, I'm sorry, the magnet trap is 57 ringgits. Yeah. And the windshield washer, the liquid type, for 2 bottles, small ones, is 3 ringgit and 40. So it costs up to 205 ringgit and 60 cents. This time the labor is excluded, because they kind of cover the labor costs. So because this car is still under the 3 times service, so that is why they take out the labor costs. Yay, we save on labor costs. So estimatedly, for every 6 months, by using fully synthetic lubricant oil, you will spend like 300 ringgits for the service. So 6 months, 300 ringgit. So you have to save like 50 ringgit a month. Put it aside, so that by the when the time comes for the service, the next 6 months, you will have the 300 ringgit in your pockets to make the payment. That's good enough. And so another sip of the homemade coffee. And we're off back to home. Honestly, I missed all of the shopping malls in JB, but I think it is not advisable to visit them nowadays, because the cases in Johor is rising. It's been over 1,000 cases yesterday, 1054 to be exact. So it is not wise to go around doing nothing unless you have to do the compulsory grocery shopping, which I do every weekly, once a week. But other than that, I don't think it's good to just go anywhere on the shopping malls, even though food outlets and supermart, hypermart is open in those shopping malls, because you might not know whether the other guests or customers is carrying that dreaded disease. So, but I tell you what, why don't I drive around and show you how does it look now in Perodua Mall. But I'm not going to go in. As I told you, I want to avoid that. So let's drive in front of the Perodua Mall to see how they are doing. Yeah. Okay guys, we have the Perodua Mall, Johor Bahru on your left. One of the biggest among the two giant shopping malls in JB. I miss going to these places when it was safe to do so, but now it's not the time, and I can see it is deserted because Perodua Mall is filled with clothing, fashion stores, cafes, fancy cafes, and entertainment centers. So this kind of field or business is not allowed to be open nowadays. We are the businesses that are allowed to be open are the food outlets, groceries, hypermarts, and pharmacies or healthcare. So too bad. I do not know when it's going to be reopen, okay? Because the cases in Malaysia now terrible. Yesterday and the day before, it reaches 17,000 cases per day. Damn. And something happened yesterday, which actually, let's hope that better things are coming. And because I guess from what I see, as a non-political person, something's going to change. Yes, the people who's going to be in charge of the whole situation is going to change, which I hope can be a better future for us and for our children. Because children now, they are the most suffering because they are locked in their homes. They are not allowed to go out along with the parents, even for grocery shoppings, which is good because there's no need to do so. But for children, staying too long in your home is like a jail, because they should go out and explore and have a workout, exercise, sunlight, you know. It's important for the development of the children. But I guess it could not be done now. They have to stay at home. They even school from home. Everything is online. Yup, we are traveling now in the Pasir Gudang highway back home. And honestly, I don't know about others, but I'm feeling demotivated now since we have to do everything from home. Business online, work from home, and I'm blessed. I am very grateful that I can do that and still earn a living for my family while staying at home. And the most important thing is I am still useful for the community, even so we are working from home. That is the main purpose that I feel I should do while I am alive. I should be useful for the community, not like just laying around hoping for helps and supports from the government. I mean, whatever we can do by ourselves, we should, because that's what we humans are born to this world to do. We should be useful for the community and do something for others. It is the driving in Johor Bahru seems to be much better now. Less cars, less traffic jams on the road, and if we want to go anywhere, we spend less time, and by doing that we spend less fuel, and it's much economic. And I can see that the sky is much clearer now nowadays during this lockdown, because probably many industrial activities are restricted. You want to see the cloud? enjoy the cloud. That's the clear cloud of Malaysia, particularly Johor Bahru. Look at that nice and bright sky. Not skyline. Yeah, the sky and the clouds. Not much clouds in the skies now because it's the monsoon season and we are not getting any rains nowadays. Everything is dry and very hot and warm. Even in Japan, yes, Olympic, they are experiencing 35 degrees Celsius with almost 98 or 97% humidity. That is even worse than Malaysia.